Well, running out of gas. Blah, blah, blah. You know the title of the book. Damn it! Cut. Anyway, the shell lurches, and in a near sublime moment that I can see in my mind today, I see my teammate Peter, second from the front, floating through the air, weightless, soundless. An epic, painful crescendo. Why does this story matter to me, and why should it matter to you? Because it's a reminder. Selling is a team sport. After years of leading sales teams, it's fair to say I've seen firsthand the negative repercussions of having even one member of the team not on the team. Any disruptive force acting incongruent to the team motion will impact team performance, sometimes dramatically. Sometimes these disruptive forces are insidious in their quiet undermining of confidence in your new sales process, or in their undermining of your new sales methodology. Sometimes this negativity simply hangs there in the ether, present but undefinable, except in this feeling you and everyone else has that something doesn't feel right. Trust me, do not underestimate the negative effects this incongruence is having on your team. Future executive sales leader out there, whether or not you can define it yet, the minute you do define it, you need to act. So back in my sophomore year of college, I made the rowing team as a walk-on after winning the team ergometer time trials during the tryouts. That physical test earned me the right to a tryout on the water. Listen, I didn't know my catch from my drive from my finish, rowing speak, but they had no choice but to put me in that shell that season after the time trial performance. Who knew? So there I was, and it was a blessing and a curse, because that began my 3-month 4 a.m. wake-up experience as part of the men's eights. I loved it, even under the stress of being a novice rower. Trying not to screw up was always front and center in my mind every pre-dawn as we walked our boat to the dock edge and lowered it into the river. When you screw up as a rower, it's felt up and down the boat instantly. So we're at our first regatta, and it's a head race down a 3-mile river course that winds through the host college's campus. It's spectacular in every sense of the collegiate athletic experience. Partway down the course, we're losing a little momentum, and the coxswain sees the rower 2 seats in front of him struggling to stay in sync with the rest of the boat. And his misplaced oar is actually now a drag on our speed. I hear the coxswain shouting, but I ignore it until finally I can't. And I look up knowing something is really wrong with the boat. All of a sudden, the shell lurches, and in a near sublime moment that I can see in my mind today, I see my teammate Peter, second from the front, floating through the air, weightless, soundless. Man overboard. We hear gasps of shock and laughter from the shore, and we're mortified in this moment of very public failure. Our coxswain takes control of the situation near instantly and harnesses the crew to course correct, and then steers us into the middle of the river to get back in the race, minus Peter. And I'm digging the competitive spirit of our coxie, but he steers us in too aggressively. And now we're perpendicular to the course, straddling the lane. We're on a collision path with a boat moving way faster than us. This is going to be an epic, painful crescendo of carbon fiber, wood, and steel, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna hurt. All 7 of us are shouting. Coxie suddenly turns his head, sees why we're shouting, and immediately goes into evasive maneuvers. We stop the boat almost instantly, straighten it just enough to watch the other boats skim us by, and then the swearing starts. And we know we're going to meet that crew again on land in a few minutes to finish that agro-alpha conversation. And I'm not thinking it's going to end well. We eventually finish the race, which actually seems like an accomplishment given what we've been through for the last 10 minutes. We're dead last. We're the laughing stock of the entire shoreline. A shoreline filled with hundreds of other rowers and what seems like thousands of drunk college students straining to see the team that lost the rower mid-race. Damn it! Why does this story matter to me, and why should it matter to you? Because it's a reminder. A single negative individual performance will affect an entire team. Do not doubt this. And rarely will an outsized positive individual performance compensate for that singular weak performance. To not be on the team is to be swimming. My teammate ahead of me in the boat, who was the strongest oarsman on our crew, could in no way compensate for the loss of Peter to those chilly waters. Your ability as an executive level sales leader to make your team quota certainly depends on you leveraging the power of your top performers. However, do not doubt that you will need everyone, weak and strong, in the boat pulling in the same direction for the full duration of your race if you intend to compete for podium or make quota. Whether it's your weakest player, your strongest player, Peter, or you who ends up swimming, there's no such thing as alone on a team. Be a team. Good luck and good selling. See you next time.